back to another episode of the Habesha Experience. My name is Mike, and these are my co-hosts right here.
Sammy Sam in the house tonight.
Your boy Tommy, you already know.
Chidan and Mariam, Kid.
Yo, so today's topic about Dr. Abiy, as I call him, Habesha Obama. He's brought a lot of excitement and change in the country within a matter of like 2-3 months when he first got elected, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. We never seen anything like that in, I don't know, like 30 plus years, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy to me. With no background, we don't know much about him. I don't know much about him. I don't know if y'all do.
Yeah.
You guys know anything about him? He was like elected and, yeah.
Just sure.
Yeah, so what do y'all think about like the coming of Dr. Abiy as a political leader?
He is a prolifically exciting, I think, leader that we've seen in a long, long time. I don't know much about. I don't even know what he's going to do, but the excitement that he's brought both to in Ethiopia and as well as people diaspora all around the world is amazing. I've never seen so many people that are politically engaged, curious, desire to move back home. I've been here for a very long time and I never even considered it. I've always considered it, but I never thought it's actually possible. And I think with him in power, with all the changes that he's brought, and even the reaching out to the whole diaspora community, he's definitely has my interest, and I'm definitely considering some serious thoughts.
Yeah. Wow.
So, I'm excited. I'm really
I don't
excited.
even believe that.
Well, I'm excited, Everybody wants to go back home, but you know what? The political condition is what holds us back. And I think things are changing, so I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's too early to tell. I think there's a lot more to prove before we decide what's going to happen. But there is a lot of hope and there's a lot of excitement.
Hope.
Yeah.
What was that, the Obama slogan as well? Hey, so I seen that on somebody's car. They put the same thing, but it was like green, yellow, red instead of the blue.
Really?
The Democrat.
And they put
Hope and then Dr. Abiy.
Right.
What do you guys think? Anybody want to take it?
Hey, I think it's the outcome of what went down in the past administrations. He came against the backdrop of the administration that just went down. People were pretty fed up and stuff like that. They want change and they were craving change and they were pushing for change, and it was inevitable. And then finally, here you go. Dr. Abiy came. We don't know much about him. We know much about the sequences of change, not only one, many changes that he coming. We are introducing to that. It looks positive so far. People are welcoming it. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And I pray for better.
Same here, man.
Tommy, what do you think?
I just think that I like the fact that he linked the diaspora community because,
Oh, definitely.
you know what I mean? Like, back in the days, it was completely disconnected.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that was just, a huge loss, on both ends. So I feel like he is such, someone who is, who stepped up, fixing things, stuff like that. And, it made a lot of people cry, man. I think it's very, he is very, what's that word I'm looking for? He's very engaging and, looking to fix a lot of things. It looks hopeful. To me.
Hopeful, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thingy.
So, basically, I think we have a pretty, bright future ahead of time coming up. So, that's what I hope.
The common theme seems like hope, though. Which is
Yeah,
exciting.
that's why I keep saying.
Yeah,
it's like Obama.
I hear you
know
in
what I
that
mean?
sense. Yeah, a lot of people are excited, and he's got a great point about reaching out to the diaspora. I think this is probably the first administration since I don't know when that's reached out to the to the people that live abroad because they contribute so much.
The money wise.
Yeah, politically, not only politically but financially, and but they've always been neglected. And I'm not saying that we're important. We're here, and we're living comfortably compared to those who are back home.
Yeah,
that have to suffer the consequences. But our opinions, our thoughts never mattered. And
Yeah,
the first guy that says.
See, when you're heard, you're gonna feel like you're part of home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most of the time, if you leave your country, you're like, oh, you abandoned.
Nobody
us.
reaches out to you.
Yeah,
So, no one cares.
You know what I mean? So that's the bad part. But speaking of engaging with the diaspora community, we were fortunate enough to have him here
Yeah.
in LA in the Galen Center,
Galen Center.
which was so dope. Around 20,000 people. I was lit. You feel me?
All four of us were there,
We were there, yeah.
so which is kind of cool.
Cameraman was there too. Shout out to him.
Hey.
You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the unity in that room or in that arena, like what happened there, like the love, like it was like love was in the air. You know what I mean?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the events that was leading up to it. Not even at the event at the Galen Center. That's a whole different topic. But like even leading up to the whole Galen Center situation, the excitement was unbelievable.
Oh, like the night before.
Yeah, the night before.
Yeah.
You know, they told us that there's limited amount of tickets.
Yeah.
People were in line. I mean, we got up around like 4 in the morning, 4
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah.
to stand in line
Yeah.
at like various locations. I think one was in Fairfax, the other one was in like
Inglewood.
area. And I went to the one in Inglewood. My sister was there. Like my whole family was there. Like my sister, it was like not politically at all, not political, doesn't care about anything.
Yeah.
Was there in the morning and said, "Hey, Sammy, you have to come here. This is a momentous occasion for us." You know.
Oh, yeah.
She wanted her kids to come to be a part of it. They're 7 and 9 years old. They're like very young. They're like, you know, this is a historical moment.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the energy even there was just like,
It was amazing, yeah.
it was unbelievable.
It is like if you, especially in Los Angeles, we have a lot of Habesha get together. Like when every year when they celebrate Little Ethiopia, and we have Tumkat is huge,
Oh yeah.
and you see a lot of people, especially on Tumkat, but like out here when Dr. Abiy visited us, it was electrified moment, and there was a lot of people because people from surrounding states came from different
100%.
states.
Exactly.
And you see like almost triple or quadruple than you see in other occasions. So like that is really something.
Yeah, so for me it was very exciting as well because, you know, the energy in the room, you know, like the Gillen Center,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. You know, I had the opportunity to like go all the way up to the corner and get like a, you know, the dope, you know, camera shot.
Oh yeah,
It's
right.
amazing.
Like the.
Right by the corner.
Yeah.
That was so amazing, and I think, you know, everybody's mama in there, you know, everyone came out,
Everyone was
you
there.
know, saying with the flag.
Yeah.
It was dope. So I mean, it was amazing. You know, an amazing experience at the end of the day. So
It was expected 20 to 30,000 people.
right, exactly.
Galen holds how many people? 20,000? 15 to 20,000? I'm a guesstimate, and they say 15 to 20,000.
Yeah.
That is sold out, and then they had to go to the Microsoft Center.
Oh,
Which is
really?
an extra
yeah,
5,000.
right. Yeah, they send them.
That's extra 5,000.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of people were there.
True.
So it was a beautiful thing. You know, personally, we had the luxury with him of getting a media pass. So we got it for free.
Hey, you gotta connect. Why you gotta put connect in there?
No. It was on some like we did it just because like we're like, yo, let's see if we can get a media pass instead of lining up. And we used his you know, travel Habesha page, and it worked. And the lady gave us a pass. We got in there early, before people came in, before the calm before the storm kind of deal. And you know, and the whole thing was, I don't know. To me, when I saw the flags and the tribal flags everywhere, Eritrean flags, Oromia flags, and I don't know, there's a bunch of flags I don't even know of, but shout out to y'all. When we saw that, to me it was like, yo, this is what we need, you know?
People were celebrating, they were dancing.
Bro.
I mean, like, I remember I met a group of people. They came from, I think, San Jose area. They took a bus. 50 people.
With the van, right? Yeah.
No, the bus. There was a whole bus. They rented a big old bus, and there was 50 people that came in that bus.
And then they were waving
there were
flags.
flags all over the place.
I seen them.
People in the streets were asking me, like, what's going on here? What's going on here? I mean, the excitement was palpable.
Mhm,
You can feel it. The energy was there, and it was an exciting moment.
It was.
It really was.
Oh, like,
Even though
who made all this possible though? Like, do we know? Like, who organized the
I,
venue, the flyers, and everything? Who was?
So obviously, I think it's sponsored by the government of Ethiopia, but there is a non-profit organization. It's like the Ethiopian community.
yeah, the lady that does the
Yeah,
Little Ethiopia.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know names, so.
Yeah, and then there's a few people that are involved. They're local, basically Los Angeles community people. people. They had, a bunch of volunteers, really, basically.
How about who reached out to the people that came to Seattle, that came from San Jose, San Diego? Who make all that possible?
I think I feel like he picked. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Cities? No,
the cities he's guessing to like, cause the community, like LA got a big Habesha community.
Yeah.
DC got a big Habesha community. Minnesota, the big Oromo community. What else? There's one more. Is it 3 of them?
I think
There's
those
three of them are.
So that makes sense. If they looked at like numbers and they went there, it makes sense. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not sure.
So did they announce those cities before he departed from Ethiopia?
Before, like a month prior?
Yeah.
So everyone knows.
Everybody's
Everyone
aware.
knows
He even
those
reached out to
cities.
the ESFNA, the soccer tournament. He wanted to come there because he knew that was a venue that everybody from the states would actually flow. They get a lot of followers.
Did they deny him though? Like the first
They
time?
didn't deny him. They just said they can't provide security. I don't think deny is a harsh word. Yeah. The excuse they use is that you don't have proper security to be able to assess. And I don't think they wanted to get too political because they don't know which way it was going at that point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But I think in retrospect they regretted not hosting him because they see the kind of excitement or kind of attention it would have brought to them.
I think what they do is noble because no matter how popular you are, this is cultural and sport event. It's not political event.
I agree.
And you can't be fair and unfair.
I agree with you. I think it got him in trouble already once, and I think they're wise
I
enough to
think
learn from
that
it.
was smart.
Was this
decision by
before like the right when he came in kind of thing?
Yeah, before he
Before
came
the
to all the
official
different cities in the states, what he wanted to do is because the soccer tournament was in July.
But that's when he was elected, right?
Yeah, as soon as he came in power.
So I feel like we're all like, oh, another president. I feel like that's what happened.
we didn't know anything about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
and I
like
think the
another
same
president
way.
want to come?
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that's what they felt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm saying. I don't blame them because they don't know,
Yeah.
And you're right. And I think there needs to be a separation between sports and whatever and politics. Politics is politics.
Yeah.
I know they kind of always mesh together and we figure out a way to get them together, but
Yeah, so far it has been a platform for sport in musicians and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's never been participating in politics.
yeah,
What should they
Politics is right now. It's like
it's hot.
it's hot
It's hot. It's really
because
hot.
we our politics. You already know. No one is usually like BS.
Well, typically we're anti-political,
Yeah.
we don't.
Most of us don't know anything about politics, yet we look at politics
Negatively.
Negatively, exactly.
We have a very negative connotation because we've lost so many thousands and thousands of people,
Yeah.
like you talk to your father and your mom, like the
Yeah.
country's been through so
It's
much.
biased, so it's like, okay, this happened, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's an
So what did you guys think of him when he first got, he didn't get elected first, he came in as a,
Just came out of nowhere. Like,
because the other guy,
Yeah.
Aileman,
Lama?
Lama? No.
Aileman, the son,
yeah,
when he stepped down is when he came in as like a temporary kind of thing?
I mean, I thought it was going to be chaos because as soon as he stepped down, I was like, there's obviously some political situations
Yeah.
going on, and they don't have a replacement. There was no figure at that point in time. Obviously the Oromo had a majority, power, and they were pushing for a little bit of control and more presence and more voice within the political party. But I mean, I don't know. It was a very scary time. I remember I was supposed to go back to Ethiopia at the time. My mom was like, "You don't want to go because Ethiopia is kind of going through some chaos." Like she really told me, like, "Don't come now."
This was May 2018?
Yeah, it was in 2018. It was like maybe right around the soccer tournament, maybe right. Yeah, right a little before.
Because it was a few events that happened for the other guy to step down. Right? It was like some murder. Stuff that happened.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure. I'm just saying. It was.
Well, looking back, I think how it happened, Meles has his own ways.
Mhm.
Meles has the country, Meles is both controversial and at the same time he sent us a message of hope. He was building dams, there was some kind of political progress, and you don't want to really give up on him. At the same time, he gets elected every year and people are fed up. So this was balanced out for him.
Yeah.
But after he died, who will fill out his shoe? There was obviously a vacuum created.
Yeah.
And they did the best with naming Hageman Desalegn as the successor, but he couldn't feel. He's not that blessed, right?
Yeah.
Then that vacuum grew. It was inevitable. I think they were heading towards civil war or something. And then Dr. Abiy came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he is the most unifying image and unified element.
In the history of Ethiopia.
That's what I'm saying. Like the guy came out of nowhere, you know, and in a matter of 2-3 months, here we are, peaceful with our neighboring country, Eritrea, which is amazing.
Mind blowing.
You know what I mean? A few months down the line, he has airplanes flying to Somalia,
Right.
the airplanes in Eritrea too, like embassies opening up in Somali. Like it's like, yo, like what he did is like people don't even do it in like 1 term, even 2 terms. You know what I mean? So I don't know. To me, it's shocking. I don't know what y'all feel about like all that unifying the East, the Horn of Africa.
Well, what, dude? What?
I want to hear your side.
All we know for sure is he was already MP. He was parliament member to begin with. But how the border states, you mentioned Eritrea, Somalia, Djibouti, and everyone were willing to work with him, especially from Eritrea. How quickly
Yeah.
was able to merge together and to be in the same path, and that played a huge role because, like, I mean, Ethiopia and Eritrea historically is separable, but it was happening for a few, and both people needs it, and both leaders like they had no say on it, but to go with it and give a huge emphasis to the kind of progress.
That's when he first got elected. Why am I stuttering? When he first got elected, he mentioned it. He's like, I want to make peace with Eritrea. He made it happen, and it was like
In a very short period of
Yeah,
time.
like, right away.
That's the kind of shocking part. Is
Yeah.
like, does the parliament have to sit on it? It was more like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I don't need your advice. I don't need your opinion. I'm going to make it happen. He reached out and he made it happen. He did the same thing with the, diaspora. He did the same thing with all the other political groups. Like, I'm impressed.
it's very impressive. What he's doing
Yeah.
is like unheard of. You know what I mean? Like,
Not to mention what he's done for the women.
Oh yeah.
let's get into that.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I was gonna segue to. Women,
Yeah.
Parliament. I mean,
Parliament.
all women. Thoughts on that?
More than 51% of the parliament is female, which is
Not all.
yeah, 51, which is a significant, like unheard of. We have our first president that's more progressive than America at this
Shout
time.
out to Mazda. She's killing it. I swear.
Yeah. So, what were you saying?
The Parliament of Women. Let's start with that, and then we can go into the woman, Mazda, the president.
I think you need women in politics because you need women empowerment in politics because I don't know, like from my observation, women are they're prone to corruption. They
Well, I think
you know what I mean?
Not according to Brazil. No, I hear you though. They're less prone.
Exactly. I'm trying to say this one.
That's bro.
Yeah, so I think it's the right thing he did, in my opinion. And so having those women elected in Congress or Parliament is the right step to do. Progress. So.
Even like you gotta look at it like for the future. Even with little girls could look at that and be
That's
like,
another thing too.
"Yo, I want to be there too." Instead of
They want to be women.
I mean, not only that, but like they are 51% of the pop. They're more than 50% of the Ethiopian population. They have no representation, no voice.
That's what I'm
historically,
saying.
which is like sad. You know what I mean? That's obviously what's going on around the world. But like, I was recently in Canada, and one of the guys I met over there, he works in Parliament. He came up to me. He's like, "Wow."
Habesha?
No,
Or
Canadian. He's Canadian.
Yeah.
He works in the Canadian government. He came to me. He's like, "Wow." And I told him I'm from Ethiopia, and he's like, "Wow, man. The movement, the progress that Ethiopia has made within even the past 6 months," he's like, "is mind blowing. Nobody expected it." They're like, he's like, "Wow, man.
Yeah.
Like, where is this guy? Where did he come from?" I was like, "I really don't know." Like, it's incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, women. The main thing is like the representation, as you said. in so many ways, the parliament and the government of Ethiopia need to be representative, and it's a good representation. But what he is facing right now is there's still security issue in Ethiopia, right? He needs to deal with that. Still in some regions of Ethiopia.
Yeah, there's a lot of instability.
And world inequality is there, even though Ethiopia has significantly increased its middle class. Currently, I think it's going to lead Africa in the largest being middle class.
Oh, really?
That's a key factor, yeah.
That's incredible.
That's a key factor for democratization. So these are the challenges he's facing, but so far so good. I mean,
And it's one of the fastest growing countries in the world. Yeah.
I mean, it's the guy can do so much. It's like one at a time, you know. Like he did so much already. Like, I mean, a lot. I feel like a lot more is coming. It's not. He's not gonna. His name is not gonna end here. Like, oh, he did.
I got a question for you guys. You think he's gonna get elected?
He just got elected.
Oh, he just got elected.
He just got elected.
Okay.
So he
wait,
beat him.
like, I don't remember Ethiopian people has voted.
They did.
The parliament is the one who decided.
Yeah, but the parliament.
I'm talking about-
No. The people has
People
to
have to vote.
elect
I think
that
they did.
parliament. No, they.
I don't care about that. Nah.
Look, election is a major thing. Who would have
Yeah,
heard?
who would have heard it?
Or okay, it was in the.
The parliament.
Then what was that?
The parliament
No.
decided that he would be the prime minister basically until the next
But in terms
election.
of like people vote, we still have to see that yet.
I'm pretty sure I saw that, or maybe I'm tripping. Okay, I'm not gonna argue about it. But okay, even if he wins,
Yeah.
even if that happens, whoever gonna stand next to him is like a dub, like literally.
I mean, how can
No
you vote
one-
a guy like that? Is what I'm saying.
Like, how do you know, it's like putting a 10-year-old basketball player next to LeBron. Like, there's no point.
Well, I mean, you don't know what the other guy is capable of.
Yeah,
I think
no,
it's
Not like that, but you see what I, no,
I see what you mean.
Another guy
I see
might
what
be
you
like,
mean.
Look,
perfectly good
it will be
candidate, so we
forced
don't-
to believe he come to this point by himself. There are forces that
Oh
support
yeah,
his,
of course.
Oh yeah.
his being a leader. There's a lot of foreign players and domestic players that brought him like
To where he is, yeah.
where he is. So I don't know how these forces play a role in that and stuff like that. But the election, anyone can lose.
And anyone can win. I mean, as long as you have the right momentum. I mean, look what's going on here. You have Trumpet power.
Yeah.
Lama is as popular as him.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, Lama is so beloved,
That's true.
especially by the largest Ethiopian ethnicity, which is the
Right.
Oromo.
I think timing is a key factor, and I think also popularity is a key factor. Like those two are two important factors. In
Yeah, I mean, we did-
obviously, your background plays a huge role in what you have, and I got
That's the thing. We don't know about his background. I don't know his.
Well,
background.
from talking to him, did you remember his when the speech he's talking about? And he was,
He was in Denver.
yeah, he was part of the state, part of the diaspora. Maybe that's why you reached out to him.
Look,
Maybe he's like, I feel y'all, man. Y'all over here like isolated.
He should be worried about election if it comes to that because of a couple of things. First of all, when we are so pleased and excited because he come and reach out for diaspora, we never like experience things like that. But
We're like the bastard.
whatever he said, it's not making us like to go there, move and live over there and be participating in politics. We just are excited because he reached out.
No, exactly.
That's it ends there.
I agree.
And another one, whatever is going on in Ethiopia, all this current growth in economy stuff like that, is already
It's been something that's been going on for a
it's
while.
set up
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
It didn't start growing just because he became empowered. It's
Yeah.
been going on.
It's been going on.
Yeah, that's true. But what the difference is that now he made it. He gave us hope, and he made us to say, you know what? There can be stability. One of the major reasons why a lot of diasporas don't go back to Ethiopia, don't invest, don't do the things they want to do. Like every one of us wants to live in Ethiopia. They don't want to live as a foreigner in another country. Like, you know. But the reason is there's no stability. That's the biggest issue. And, you know, he's giving us hope that there might be stability. He's putting women in power. He's shaking up the country, you know, and he's trying to figure out what to do. So there, I'm considering, I'm looking there, and I'm like, you know what? If this thing kind of continues, I want to be there because I think there's a lot more opportunity out there than it is here, you know?
You think he's gonna match it like America?
Well, no, not necessarily.
If you used to do it here.
Well,
I'm
no,
sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, come here. So if you have something to say.
Right now, that's not even a good quality to give power to women. It's not a good quality. And power is not yours to give to someone. Are they elected? Are those women bright enough, or are they
able to
women
lead?
representing their own
That's a great point.
constituents to be elected by their constituents. You cannot just hand out power. That means you have monopoly on the power.
But what you need to understand is that at this time, you cannot just have an election, that type of election. You need to get the right people on board. That's what I feel like, and that's what I see.
Yeah, all I'm saying is it works.
As long as you're educated.
When you hold power in your pocket and you hand out people.
But who knows, on the next one, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to get elected.
But he does have a very valid point.
He
He has
does.
a very valid
Yeah.
point. Like his
You
the
gotta
power is
match
not.
up, like you gotta qualify to get there.
Well, not necessarily that, but the people have to elect you into that position, and not necessarily he might be selecting people that sides with him. And
Yeah.
when I vote his opinion and his agendas, and he's like, all right, well, you believe in me, you're a woman, all right, let's get you on board, so that you give this image of like, you know, you're very progressive, and you know, like, but not to say that he's not, but like he has a very valid point.
Yeah,
These people that need to be elected, put into a position of power.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
So what do you guys think about the newly elected president, right?
She's
The
the
woman.
president.
I don't know much about her, but we already have been discussing it, like how, women, you know, a lot of women, and Ethiopian women population is growing. I think it's more than men right now.
Hey, don't
They
get
are
attacked.
excited. I hope something good comes out of it. But
Yeah.
I don't know much to say about it because I don't know her that much.
We have a all women flight crew. We have
What are the flights to Lagos, Nigeria?
somewhere. We have women in the parliament,
Yeah.
and we have a woman president.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Representation, basically.
How come we don't have a woman here?
we should. we need a woman right now. I'm just saying.
Good point, sir.
That threw me off, bro. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We need y'all. Yeah. If y'all want to come speak, you know who to hit up.
Yeah, we got a full discussion, so.
Everybody, man, hit us
everyone's
up. Put up.
welcome with us.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like.
Salam.
Slam the man. Alright, we going off topic. Niggas want to be funny and stuff, but no, I'm joking. Yeah. So
Somebody's phone.
can we put it on mute?
That's not my phone. That's yours.
No. Real problems.
Of course,
I
yes.
feel bad for you, son. What's the future of Ethiopia? What is he gonna bring after this?
I hope to see a more democratic country with everything, politically, economically, and socially.
Yeah.
And I mean, right now it's obvious, like through different parts, there's chaos and everything. But I hope it really solves it and become like a stable nation, and also with Eritrea too. Not only Eritrea, but with the entire the whole of Africa.
Horn of Africa.
What do you think is the biggest barrier to making Ethiopia stable right now? I mean, like in terms of Dr. Abiy, him changing
Tribe, bro.
Yeah.
Tribal war. That's like never ending. That's the
What's
problem.
the division?
Yeah.
division.
He can't. It's obviously he can't solve it right now.
No.
This has been going on for years.
The fact that, you know
Years
what I
and
mean, us being from the same land, and I have to look at you in a weird way because you're part of like...
Do you think language is the main issue?
Yeah,
Or the
tribal,
bigger barrier?
tribal.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like when you say tribal, is it more like the language that divides?
No, like you're Oro, so I can't fuck with you, or you're...
Yeah, like what, I mean, like when you look at somebody, you can't tell whether they're Oromo.
Oh, they do. Oh, they do. Over there, they do.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And the fact that, I'm glad you I just thought of something. There used to be a tribal
ID. Yeah.
ID.
Oh, yeah,
Now that thing is getting removed, so
Yeah.
it's because that's been happening for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
It's gonna linger around and it's gonna stay longer. So
Changes take time. I agree with you,
Some of these
especially
markets, I
if it's
think
meant,
that-
you have to change the people's mind,
Yeah.
and not just things. Like if you can put a fancy TV, but if you don't like teach them how to you don't know if you don't teach them how to consume it properly, how to utilize it properly, then you don't. Because I think there's a lot of education that needs to take place within Ethiopia and kind of get them into the modern century. Just our way of thinking is, for the most part, very difficult.
but that's the thing, like our generation, we honestly don't give a shit about that. Like, you're Ethiopian, you're Ethiopian. You know what I mean? Because the past generation, there's a lot of bloodshed. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But how could we Yeah, we have to overcome that so we can be like, okay, it happened, let it be part of history. Let's move on, let's forgive each other, let's, kiss and make up and move past forward.
And especially living as a diaspora, you live in a society that's, so diverse and so different. You never, you learn to kind of basically coexist with a bunch of people from different ethnicity, different backgrounds, let alone Ethiopia, within the same area. You're talking about different color skin, different eyes, you know what I'm saying? So I think we have a different perspective on it when it comes to like how we can get together as opposed to if you're back home, that conflict is always constantly.
I know, I feel like the young kids over there really don't give a shit about that. They just want to be one and they want to live. Like, it's literally pointless. If you look at it, we're all the same color.
Yeah.
So, some might be lighter.
Well, I mean, what the whole issue, I think, is representation. Like, everybody wants to be represented, and historically, every person that's in power never gets represented. Like, they always neglect one tribe or another, or they're always,
But that's the thing. The tribe thing is what made it like, if one tribe is like been popping for the, I used the wrong word, but if he was popping for the past 700 years,
they've been in power for.
He's still your brother. He's Ethiopian. You're Ethiopian. Like, what else could it be?
But what you need to see is make sure that everybody has, it's a bad comparison, but like.
Oh, he's got to be Italian and Jewish white. Like, it doesn't make sense.
No, like everybody's treated equal, regardless of your ethnicity or regardless of what race. The law looks at you in one eye.
Not really, but that's another.
Money, I think it's more of a socioeconomical thing than it is about racial thing. Well, if you have money, you have access to a lot of things. We see it in so many places, and I think in Ethiopia, it's beyond that. It's more about your race. You know what I'm saying? They target you based on. So how do you change it? Well, how can you change it?
I don't know.
If you look back let's look back in the past 100 years, what Ethiopia was. We was feudal system.
Yeah.
We had a king and feudal system, and it's toward the Amaras. Then the communist system came, and it's the Derg is still Amara power, and the Tigray come is considered like it's the Tigrayan people are in power now. And now also there's a tendency, it's Oromo time now. All that add up with poor governance on all of them, and add the corruption, and add the ethnic division, and all that. It's not easy to get. There will be wiped away together. But how that will be changed is like to increase through mass media and stuff like that, make the people politically aware, and what produces in their life, and how they're thinking unity, and this is just Ethiopia, and let's work and have the economy touch everyone.
That's the most important thing, I think economically.
Lead by example, man. Like what's his name is doing right now is just like the fact that thing is removed from your ID is like the beginning.
That's a huge step forward.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of like, cause it was beating people like recently. It was beating people up in like the Somali region. Like,
there's a lot of
a lot of. I don't know.
The thing about it is that if you've been oppressed for so long, and you get an opportunity, you get to be on top. You can't wait to oppress others, because you feel like I've been held down, they've been constrained for so long.
But these aren't even like people on top. It's just like rebels.
If you get an opportunity, you get a little bit of power, you get a little position. It didn't necessarily have to be at the top. Maybe it's locally. It's just human nature.
Your ethnic.
Human nature. It's just that if you've been down for so long, how do we overcome that? Is it really like?
I think we got it easy because first of all, there's no civil war. You know what I mean? Compared to other African countries, Rwanda, for example.
I thought it was heading there.
It was, but
I thought it was very close to it.
They defused the situation.
Yeah, they really did.
When we bring it up Rwanda, it was unfortunate that happened, right? So, but they moved past that. Now they're looking forward to development and growing the country.
Yeah, in order for you to go forward, you have to forgive the past.
That's what they did, though,
okay,
right? And they did that.
That's a powerful.
Wow.
Say that one more time.
Yo, quote. What did I just say?
Time.
In order for you to go forward, you have to forgive the past.
But they did that. Eventually, they figured it out somehow.
Hey, this would be like the little. My bad. Go ahead.
They figured it out somehow and they moved on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they're at a point where they want to be democratic. They want to grow the country. They want to provide for the people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can move past that.
Okay. For example, right? Look at I'm just speaking from what I see, so
Yeah.
don't. Look at, okay, there's a lot of bloodshed between Eritrea and Ethiopia.
True.
Look at what just happened. Those two agreed to meet and open the border and call each other brothers because they're the top role models, right, of the people. And it's gravy right now. How come we don't do that within our own home field? You know what I mean? If we can make peace with our brothers over there, we can make peace inside. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Why is it that hard?
That's real. That's real.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I think part of the reason is that those two parties, like, Eritrea has its own leader and Ethiopia has its own leader. They agreed to kind of work together, but
bro,
what you're saying is Ethiopia, I don't know, demographics is very, what are the 80 different languages? I don't know how many different tribes or whatever that exist.
110 million people.
How do you get those people to communicate together? How do you get them to work together? Everybody wants to be represented.
That's a good example, Michael, bro, because if Eritrean leader and Ethiopian leader can make this happen, people...
But you're putting two people together as opposed to you're putting, 81 different
No,
people.
but they're...
That's not
I'm not like...
Nigeria has 200 ethnic groups, so somehow they figured it out. I mean,
Nigeria is still struggling. I mean,
Nigeria is not a good example.
I don't
I'm
think
just
Nigeria is
saying,
a good
but
example, but yeah.
I don't see any conflict within their ethnic groups.
You'd be
In
surprised.
Nigeria, man, people still like to steal oil from the pipes. But
I mean, like, you ever heard of Boko Haram, man? They're stealing people, and there's so
That's
many...
I mean, but yeah, man.
There's...
okay, what I'll say,
Yeah.
to add on what Mike says, like people will rally up behind their leaders.
Yeah.
The thing, Eritreans, we don't have, we have a say, but when Isaias decided to make us brothers with Ethiopians again, like we're
You
running
didn't
up.
have a vote. Yeah, you didn't have a vote on it. You're like, this is what's happening.
But we are excited.
Yeah.
We don't have to vote on it. It's
Yeah.
not-
So-
it's like, so all these people have leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Dr. Abiy can compromise and negotiate different deals, they will run behind their leaders.
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what they did with they have an Oromo president. He's literally giving, they have power. I'm not saying it's them, whatever, so don't, everybody has their own sense of, leadership. Look at them working together.
Yeah.
How come we don't work together as I guess the sheeps, because we don't have power, you feel me? We could follow up to them and, lead by, they're leading by example shit is
What I'm saying is, it just needs to be important that every ethnic group is represented one way or another through the political system.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And in the financial sector, economically. If that's that's the reason.
Mhm.
If you're economically fine and you have political representation, if you feel like you're being taken advantage of, you could present your ideas and people will listen to you, then that's all you want.
And also, it's very important for the current administration that Ethiopia especially has a lot of primitive societies within them, groups that has any kind of formal education or
Yeah.
awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Don't take advantage because they don't know anything.
That's the real
Don't
issue.
cut down their trees because they don't know anything. Don't take advantage of them because they are not aware of it. Just it's their people, protect their interests, include them somehow. If they need education, you have to, teach them.
Fix the education system. That's the beginning to fix the country's education system over there is fucked up.
Yeah.
Clearly, if they could fix that, you know what I mean. If everybody gets the proper education, we all gonna do fine. That's the way to grow. A country for a country to grow is just to you could build a whole bunch of buildings and make it look like Singapore. At the end of the day, okay, that's not gonna do anything.
Right.
But if you fix the education system and
So far the progress is steady. It's a steady progress. There's a couple of setup people being, aggressive on other people, still stuff like that, but it's been steady. I don't think there's anything out of control. And everyone, the kind of
But like you said, though, the education system is really lacking, though. That's one thing that's definitely not being focused
that's
on.
one. Yeah.
We spent more time and effort building a city,
Yeah.
making it look, because we're more concerned about Addis. You know what I'm saying? 7 million, 8 million people live in Addis Ababa. What happens to the other 100 million people? They live in the rural areas.
Still
They're ignored, they're neglected, the road conditions are bad, water is not being, if it doesn't rain in 3-4 months, you're going to have the same situation arise again.
Yeah.
True.
But a lot of that, results from education, making sure they understand how to get, save water, let's do that. Water project.
That's what I'm saying. Like we have a whole bunch of, foreign aid, foreign people coming in, doing our job, like jobs over there. No, for real.
That's true.
They come in there and telling you what to do. Like, are you kidding me? Fuck out of here with that shit. Like we can literally educate our people. Oh, we're doing it here too. This is cool.
Well, you know what? They're protecting their interests. They don't want to give that job to Ethiopians. You know what I mean? Because
that's the
predominantly
change.
you're talking about China, basically. What China's doing.
China, like there's a lot of countries.
Just China.
I mean, it's a win-win situation.
Even Ethiopia, they're
No,
nice.
not really. It's a lose situation. We're losing a lot more than we think we're winning.
I mean,
You think
No, you
all
gotta
they're
look
doing
at-
is they're building infrastructure for us, but you have to look at what they're taking. Not only what they're taking, they're loaning you money, and they're part of the contract is they have to hire their own people to build the road instead of educating, teaching people how to construct
not
the road
entirely.
themselves.
They don't hire their own people.
I mean, major infrastructure is done
No,
through them.
that's not what I heard though. Like what they do is they show you, let's say for the train, the Abiy slide train, right?
Yeah.
They build it. They give them like some kind of training for like a little.
Yeah, the bottom jobs.
Yeah, you're not.
I mean,
you're talking
The bottom, like
No,
what I was saying
what I'm
is
saying
like-
is, go ahead. Okay, what I'm saying is like, that's what they do. The model they have for Ethiopia is that they build it and then they hand it to you completely. So
or they do the blueprint and give it to you.
that's it.
Okay.
Not just the blueprint. It's their people. They're on the road. They're building it. They're putting it together. If you go to Ethiopia, there's a huge.
I'm not saying everything is like that, but
No, for the but what I'm saying is there's so many people in Addis that don't have jobs. They're standing there, like especially the young generation that have education. We're saying that Ethiopia
What
is growing.
education? There's none.
There's a lot of educated people. I mean, I'm saying people who
there's
graduated from
immigration, but it's
university.
like, it's not quality though.
The problem is
And a lot, majority of it is everything is nepotism. You know, what I'm saying you get a job based on who you know, or your family member does, and so you got a lot of people.
bro,
that have
even like it's funny, like a non-profit organization like a UN, like if your dad works there, like you could
the likelihood of you getting a job. Is
you can literally like you hit 18, you're in there. Instead of like a guy could go to like I don't know Devrabran University and like study I don't know public policy and come back and he's like nah you don't.
Yeah, it's not based on merit. It's based on who you know, and like that's the hard part of it. That's the true fact of it.
But don't you guys think it's changing right now since
No.
it came into power? What is going to remain the same?
It's not. I don't see it on education at all. I don't know. I haven't been following up to be honest. Most of the time, what we see is like I think he's working on the major problems right now, as far as like okay, we have this with this person, with this country, so let me fix that, and then we can work on the inside.
Yeah, you got to
So
prioritize
it's
your
still progress.
job.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's huge,
Yeah.
right? So,
Hopefully, we see it in our time.
yeah.
Hopefully, when we're 80 or whatever. But I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna be straightforward with you. Man. I don't think any African leader will survive by improving education. They themselves cannot survive. So what we should
What do you
wish,
mean by that? Explain to me why can't that?
if you are highly intellectual, like people at low
It's not necessarily like you being
are
intellectual, but saying that
No, teaching,
emphasizing
yeah.
that education is important and do spend a lot of money educating people.
Yeah, even if they
But also has to equate with economics, so you can educate people, but if you can't provide
even
them a
if
job,
they
it's-
talk, even if they talk that talk, they're not going to walk the walk. They're not going to have highly educated society. It's a threat to their own power. But what we should wish for is like at least a formal education, 1 to 12th grade, stuff like that need to be expanded.
It's 1 to 10, and then after that, it's like. But yeah, I mean,
Even that,
Yeah, I think
a
that's what
person
we
should
meant
read,
by-
a person should know some numbers,
Yeah.
even for his own like life skills.
yeah.
bro, I know kids in my neighborhood growing up. They flunked like 4th, 5th grade like 5 times, and I was like, bruh, like.
Yeah, well, you can't blame them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how do you flunk 5 times, bro? Like, no, this shout out to y'all. They come.
That would be like
Shout out to them.
100 years from now.
That's what I'm saying. Let's wrap. I don't
We're not
know.
gonna
We're gonna have like highly educated society in Ethiopia.
No, I'm not saying highly
just hoping,
educated,
you know,
but
like-
like you said, the basic education needs to be there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Basic
There needs to be more
fundamentals.
Yeah, that needs
emphasis
to
on
be
education.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Even in
that's
the
what we're
countryside
going
You
too.
should not have illiteracy in a country, in modern era.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
not especially at
I
this high
consider
rate.
that as a human right.
It is.
Education is a human right.
So,
Yeah,
same goes for
literacy is
education,
a-
you know what I mean? Like, that
If
has to be
you-
like education. Is
If you go to sign like this, bro, come on. With the blue thumb,
Blue
if you
thumb?
got sign like that, I mean,
Yeah, in 21st century.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
And if
you can't pick this up to do this.
If you can't correctly hold a pen, then you gotta.
If you go like in the countryside, that's what they do. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, you have your signature. Firma right, firma.
I mean, I get it. Our parents should.
I have family members that can't read. I mean, not necessarily
Yeah.
close family members, but like in the Guatemala region, you know, like
That's normal.
it affects us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
It
a
does.
lot. There's a lot, even in our people that we connect with.
In the time of internet and technology, this is very sad, but it's
It
a
is.
human right.
It is a human rights issue. I agree with you 100%.
Hey, do your Googles, man. But yeah, let's wrap right
Yeah.
here. You know, hopefully.
I thought she was going to ask like, what would make you go back home?
Yeah, I did. But
Oh, you guys want to talk about that?
okay. Do we run out of time? We still have time, cameraman.
We got 10 minutes of it.
All right, let's go.
Alright, safe man.
we'll
I mean,
figure out how to-
what would make you go back? Okay, what would make you go back? Start it up.
I guess the question is, what kind of changes do you need to see for you to be able, motivated enough for you to say, you know what,
Can I
I think
answer
I want to
that?
go back.
I want to live there. Period.
You want to live there? Right now?
Regardless, you're gonna.
Me right now?
Yeah.
Would you live there? Like,
No, like somewhere down the line. Yeah, I want to.
What don't? What that?
meaning like you have to, like,
What
you
needs to
Uh,
change for you to go back
For the
home?
audience, so a good time for me to go would be maybe I don't know, like maybe 17 years.
I know, but do you need like financial security?
What do you need?
Or you just like, I'm gonna go just go back?
No, I just go back. You can't just randomly pack your bags and go.
Do you need to see any changes, or are you saying, as it is, I'm gonna go back?
That's
All
cool.
I need to be
That's cool as it is
stable
right now.
financially.
No, not really. I mean, save up some money and then just go. What I have to go. What I have to do. You know? So that's
Sam?
pretty much it for me.
Uh,
I really want to go back, Sam.
I do. You know, listen, I appreciate the benefits of this world, of this America, the place I live in. You know, I like going, like you said, I like going to CVS in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Band-Aids,
Band-Aid. Like, you know, there's certain
Deodorant.
things that I'm accustomed to that I can't just give.
A comfort. American
But also, like I said earlier, or in the prior episode, there's this dichotomy, this split personality between being here and being there, and I feel like I miss out so much by not being there, by not being a part of my people. Just walking into somewhere, like going to a club and not necessarily fearing it's somebody racist towards me. And you're just 100% comfortable, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
nothing that can
100%,
replace it, you know what I mean? That's
That-
what true
that's
home
what,
is.
That's what made you.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I'm in a position, I think I am ready to go back, to be honest with you, but I just want to see some political stability, obviously.
Right.
For me, it's about, listen, if I go back to Ethiopia and I invest my money, I don't want to fear that in 5 years and 10 years the government's going to change and they're going to take my property. Or
They're like, what money?
yeah, I mean, that's my biggest issue. Other than that, like it's about making sure there's at least, there's good economy and it has to be a stability, good transition of government without,
I agree with that.
like I can.
By the way, I consider those for me as well. Those factors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If those things are not ready, then it's gonna be a problem for me. So let's see
For
what-
me, to be honest with you, once the internet boom hits, I'll go
Oh
back.
yeah, that's true.
Definitely.
Well, Ethiopia.
Yeah, I think
internet-
it was just shift the culture over there.
I agree.
Internet on some internet here.
like on some American.
Yeah, on some like Time Warner, Roadrunner type shit.
Speaking of that,
literally
man,
changed
I
the
think
game.
it's you're right at the cusp of it. Kenya's doing
I know.
so much work.
I know.
Yeah.
Kenya's doing so much work in terms of internet.
Because Kenya has it.
Yeah,
We don't.
we don't. But
So the minute that happens,
Yeah.
that country would
Yeah.
skyrocket. Definitely.
I think not. I think a lot of bad things come out of internet, but it's just a whole other topic,
That's
man.
just pros and cons, so.
Yeah, but
It's a lot of negativity, a lot of cultural just.
But then it's up to the government to do some censorship.
regulation and
Yeah,
stuff.
regulation stuff.
But I'm saying, I'm not talking about like internet, I'm gonna sit there and Google and like, I'm gonna be on YouTube, watch videos. It's not that. It's just like, it would help for like, especially to start
No, in terms
business,
of
bro.
What would help it? What's
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
why would you think internet would
We'll
make that
talk
much of a
off
difference?
camera. No, we're not gonna do that. You
No,
feel me?
I see when you say about like having a risk, he's talking about like in terms of the country's safety, like getting hacked and stuff like that.
Oh,
Those kind of issues might pop up.
yeah. I
You know what
mean,
So-
that's up to the government to have
Then
cyber
they-
security, bro.
Yeah.
You
that's
feel
what
me?
I'm saying, yeah.
That's another job right there I just mentioned.
Cybersecurity? Yeah.
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 Creation.
That's a job.
True.
That's I'll be talking about the internet because
I
of
think
like
Elon has some
that would
opinion.
shift the whole game, bro.
Yeah, with the same broad question, I would like that question actually answered for me long time ago by Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas
Where he
Jefferson.
says, life, liberty,
And justice.
the pursuit of
A pursuit of happiness.
If those are secured back home,
Oh, man.
nobody's gonna right. Out. One way flight ticket,
So
bro.
it looks like we're on the same page.
Yeah, we all like. That's what we.
And it is, that's what we're saying.
All of us were describing that.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, it's cool to live here. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? You go out, you get whatever you want, blah, blah, you drive whatever, you know what I'm saying? You could, like, rent cars, you could fly, blah, blah, blah. But, nigga, being home, being where you're at, it's like,
Nothing like it.
it's nothing like it because everybody's the same. You might see 1, 2 tourists as white people, and you're like, oh, white people. You know what I'm saying? The same way they do it to us. You know? They did that last time, and they were like,
Yeah, true.
you know, damn, I forgot. I was going to go somewhere, man.
Let's end this, wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Okay. It was a great discussion. If you have any other, thoughts, concerns, please comment it. Leave it in the bottom. Smash the like button.
Leave a comment.
Hit the kids. Say that shit, bro.
That's the line. That's the
You gotta have to say it.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
I gotta say.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
Yeah,
What they gotta do?
to endorse this message.
Yeah.
We put this if like slam the like.
That's alright.
No, we gotta close out. Okay. This is another episode of the Habesha Experience. Please subscribe, leave a comment, smash.
like on the bottom.
Yeah, so we'll see you on the next
Leave a
episode.
comment.
Please.
Yep.
Thank y'all for watching.